Good morning. Today is Monday, April 6th. I hope you had a good weekend and you were able to go outside and enjoy yesterday's great weather. It's really feeling like spring, isn't it? Well, at least my allergies are telling me it is. Our starter is finally ready, so Zach and I will be attempting sourdough bread today. I'll let you know how it goes. I was thinking last night that who would have guessed when Lent began only 5 weeks ago that we would be in this situation, experiencing a global pandemic, many of us in lockdown, self-isolating, quarantining, social distancing, creating all sorts of masks to wear to protect ourselves and others, and being told that this week and next is going to be the toughest, the most dangerous. And add to that the fact that on Easter morning we'll be celebrating the greatest event ever in the privacy and seclusion of our homes. Yeah, it's hard to imagine, but that's where we find ourselves. And churches are scrambling, trying to figure out what to do for Easter because it's not only the most important day of the church year, but also the most attended church service of the year. And so perhaps pastors and their teams are scrambling, as I said, working on ways to do worship and make it impressive and meaningful. Live stream, webcam, Zoom, Facebook, YouTube. Honestly, it's getting crazy. And I was thinking about that because, of course, I have been trying to figure out the same thing. But then it dawned on me that first Easter didn't take place in some beautiful church filled with lilies and tulips with a choir singing and women in Easter bonnets. It happened in a cemetery among the dead with some distraught poor women in simple clothes, maybe the same ones they'd been wearing for a couple of days, like me, bringing some spices to anoint Jesus' dead body. And there wasn't a single tulip or lily to be found. What there was sadness, grief, especially fear. It was the fear of the unknown. I mean, everything had changed so suddenly. What would happen now to them, their family, their friends? And we know what that's like, don't we? We feel that fear now. We don't know what's going to happen to us either, or our family or friends. But it's not just the coronavirus that has us afraid. We're afraid we don't have jobs to go to when this is over. We're afraid we'll run out of money when we still have bills to pay. And the unemployment hasn't come yet. And who knows when the stimulus check is going to arrive. We're afraid this is going to go on a lot longer than we thought or hoped. And the truth is, for some of us, these new fears just add to our already existing anxiety. See, uncertainty breeds fear. And the world is in an uncertain place right now. But you know what? Fear is nothing new. Listen to these words from Psalm 94, and I'm using something called the Message. If God hadn't been there for me, I never would have made it. I was terrified. The minute I said I'm slipping, I'm falling, your love, God, took hold of me and held me fast. When doubts filled my mind, your comfort gave me renewed hope and cheer. I love these verses because it tells me that anxiety and fear are normal. I don't have to feel guilty about feeling that way. See, the psalmist had trouble. He doesn't say what it was, but he was tormented with worry and fears about his future. He was a mess. Sound familiar? But by the time we get to these verses, he's feeling so much better. So how did that happen? Well, in the beginning of the psalm, he shared his fears and even some anger. He just told God how he felt. He put it all out there. He held nothing back and then left it there. See, that's important for us to learn. See, once we get it out there, we're not to take it back. And here's the thing, when the psalmist realized that he could put all his confidence and trust in God with his issues, God came through. Things started to change inside. He started to see all the ways God was helping him. He started to calm down. He felt God's comfort and protection, and it filled him with hope. And he felt good. See, there is a method to ridding ourselves of fear and anxiety, and we can learn how to do it from the psalmist. Tell God how you feel. Be honest, but also declare your confidence in him. I mean, what's the point if you don't think he's going to help you? You have to trust him and his love for us. Trust that he'll catch us when we start slipping into fear and worry, and then watch how he will ease our anxiety like nothing else can. Look, it's not magic, and it may take a few attempts, but as you say it, you release it. You give it to God. And even if the problem doesn't change, we do. So today, in this very uncertain time, as we fight the blurring of days, as we ride this roller coaster of emotions, maybe we can turn our focus onto something we can be certain of. The never-ending love of God, who says it's okay to tell him our biggest worries and fears and concerns, even what angers us, and to trust him with all of it, because he can handle it so much better than we can. And then relax and allow God to calm you down. Oh, it may not come instantly, but if you keep it up, I guarantee you will start to feel better. You know, next Sunday, we will celebrate Easter, not in a church, but in our homes, in front of TVs and computers, maybe sitting around a table, maybe even in our sweatpants and jammies. Maybe I'll even put on a new pair. And we will make it a shared and sacred quarantine. Because it's not about the place or the spectacle. It's about the unbelievable becoming a certainty. It's about life in the midst of death. And right now, I don't know about you, but I really need something to be certain of. Maybe you do too. So stick with me as we walk through this tough week. No, it was one of Jesus' most awful weeks too. But he made it through triumphantly. And I think we can too. So stay safe. Stay home. Please, please stay home. Stay hopeful. Wash your hands and wear a mask and gloves if you absolutely do need to go out. And as always, find a blessing. Know I love you. I'm praying for you. And we will make it through this. If we work on it together, if we do the right things, we will make it through. So God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.